Hello there, all my YouTube people. I'm sorry about the lighting here. I have some extra light on in the room for the video. I know it's been a long time since you guys have heard from me. Things could be better. In fact, it feels highly likely like I'm going to wind up on the street again. I can't I can't get to any point with a temp job where I can stay on. It's like I'm always getting hired just to take care of a spike, and then it's time to go. Nowhere I've applied to has gotten back to me, or it's vague how to get with them. I'm really worried. I just don't have a particularly good feeling about this. But I thought, since I don't know how long I'm going to be able to be doing this, I may as well try and pass some advice along to you guys in some way. And I thought I would share with you some stuff I've discovered about products and stuff. One moment. Sorry, I forgot a couple of things. First, let's talk about your pets, right? I have cats, but you can find similar products for dogs, or any critter. Okay, so one of the first things to keep in mind is the generic cans of like Special Kitty at Walmart. The ones at Kroger are similar. These are about 57 cents a piece. Okay, I give these to my cats as a treat. They do not get wet food every day, okay? They might get wet food once a week. Maybe twice some weeks if money's looking a little bit better, but most of the time, that's the way I go with it. As far as dry food goes, I have been doing the Purina cat chow. And I basically look and try and find one that has either that primarily has poultry or chicken as the first ingredient. You don't want to give your pets crap if you don't have to. If that's all you can afford, you can get cheaper stuff than this. But this gentle one, my cats are older now, and this one's for sensitive stomach and skin. And it has poultry, as the first ingredient. So I feel okay giving this to them. This bag is about $7. Okay. Now, dogs you can just take for a walk, or they need out back. But if you run strict house cats and you need litter, right now, Family Dollar has has 7 pounds of their store brand. This is multi-cat formula for about $4. My cats aren't the biggest fans of this stuff, but it works. I really prefer clumping litter, but if non-clumping is all you can afford because it is cheaper, you can make it work. If you want to do the 14-pound bag, that's around $7. But Kroger has I think a 20-pound bag of litter for around $5. So getting this size, you might just look around. Sometimes Kroger or Walmart might have a better deal on a smaller bag, but this is the best deal I've found right now. Generally check Family Dollar for for litter and pet supplies. Sometimes they have better deals than the stores do. Okay, now let me think this out for a moment. Okay, as I might have been saying, the price on generally everything has gone up, okay? But there are still a few cheap things, okay? Now, like I might have told a lot of you, I've been more or less eating beans and rice with some kind of protein in it pretty much since my wife took off on me in like 2003. I've had a few things in there here and there, but I've pretty much gotten good at making a chili, right? But you'll get what I'm saying in a minute. So, and I would generally recommend shopping, if you're looking for better prices on more general items, Walmart has better prices on general items. But if you have to shop at Kroger, the reason I'm showing you Kroger products is because there's a Kroger near my house and my car's not registered right now, and there are cops everywhere. So I'm having to walk. Walmart's like 4 miles away, so it's a longer walk. But I will say Walmart has generally better prices on shelf goods. Kroger's prices on eggs and meat are pretty good, but they don't have the same cuts as Walmart does. For example, Kroger rarely sells pork steaks. They have them sometimes, right? They used to have really cheap pork stew meat, but they don't really have that anymore. They don't have chuck eyes, which are pretty good steak, and they're still pretty cheap if you're wanting like a steak. So it might be worth, checking Walmart out for the meats as well, and just seeing if you can find something that works there. But anyway, so like a pound of beans should cost you about $1, okay? And so should a pound of brown rice, okay? A pound of brown rice will go a little ways, all right? A pound of beans will feed one person for a couple of days. If you eat very sparingly, you might be able to get 3 days out of what I'm going to show you here, okay? So you get yourself a pound of beans, okay? That's about $1.19 at Kroger, about $1 at Walmart, okay? You get yourself a pound of rice. This will go a little ways, but you use it in conjunction, so you're at a couple of dollars there, okay? Now, generally I recommend going peppers and, green peppers and onions with this, but if you can only get one, you can get a big onion for about $1, or you can get a green pepper for about $1. The onion will probably go farther if you wanted to use it in 2 batches, okay? Now, you want to put a protein in there, right? Hot dogs are an option. They taste like shit in it. I mean, if you want really not great beans and rice chili, then, but it'll make a turd, you know what I mean? Like, get hot dog. Get like Bar S hot dogs. They're like $1.29. You can make like half the package work, and the other half you can move to another thing or like another batch of this stuff. But what I've been doing lately is just kind of shopping the meat clearance section. I found some tubes of the Texas brand chorizo for like $1.80 something a tube, which is really cheap for those. The latest thing I found was this reduced, and you need to, like I said, look at the. I know this might seem weird, but I'm trying to teach you guys how to survive here. Look at the clearance stuff. So this, I don't know how much this was. It's usually kind of on the cheap side, probably around $4 or $5. This is down to $1.68, and this stuff is really, really salty. Okay, so you do need to be careful with that. It's very, very salty, but because it's very salty, it can kind of season your beans and rice. You can probably use half of this, and say half your onion for one batch. Okay. Now, so there's that. Or you can use hot dogs, or like you can get for around the same price 2 packages of that budding like turkey, chicken, ham lunch meat, which will also work. Okay. Um, Margarine's cheap if you need a butter substitute. I don't normally. I know like margarine is like the enemy and everything, but we're talking about what we can afford right now. And this does require adapting. Okay. Cheese is very expensive. Now, I found this in the clearance section. It's $1.98, which is cheaper than Kroger's store brand actual cheese. Now, this is plant-based, non-dairy cheese, but even my cats like this stuff. Like that's how I kind of test the cheese. Do my kitties like it? They eat this stuff like it's regular cheese. It tastes fine. Okay, and if you can't adapt, there's nothing I can do for you. Okay, if like I in a video one time suggested, or in the comments of a recent YouTube video I saw, suggested like stop looking to put ground beef in your spaghetti. Like look behind you. There's frozen tubes of ground chicken and ground turkey. They're $2 a pound. You can get a pound of that stuff for $2, which also works well for this. I use ground chicken and ground turkey in this a lot, or if I do make some pasta and meat sauce, I usually use ground turkey and chicken in it. Well, she piped back like, "Oh, that ain't what you put in spaghetti." Okay, well it is now. All right. If you're not going to adapt, you could probably tune out right now. There's nothing I can do for you. The situation requires adaptation. So for $2, $4, $6, $7, for $7, you have 2 days worth of food for one person. Okay, or you can feed your family for the night, probably. There is something to be said for eating more sparingly. I know this might sound weird, but sometimes, like, I can fast for like 4 days if I need to. I've done it before. I've done a video on it. If you're only eating, 5 days of the week or 4 days of the week, and you're not eating 3, you're going to save money on food as well. I also found a good deal on this stuff. This is oat-based coffee creamer, right? Kroger's coffee creamer, Walmart's store brand coffee creamer, they're around $3. This was marked down to $1.28. But that don't taste like real creamer. It's fine, okay? It works real well. It works real well in coffee, especially iced coffee, okay? So I just wanted to show you a quick example of that. I mean, I literally walked out of the store with all of this stuff and because it's all food, it's not taxable. So I walked out with all of this for, actually it's less than $7, because this was only $1.68. Maybe call it $2 because of the 20 cents on the beans. So $3 there, $4, 5, 6, like $6.98 ish. So I literally walked out of the store with 2 days worth of food for $6.98. Okay. Another thing you might want to keep an eye on is store brand eggs. I know you guys want your cage freeze and everything like that, but again, needs must. Kroger and Walmart have medium store brand eggs going for about $2 a dozen. Okay, a medium egg relatively is about the same as a jumbo. I mean, you're not gonna really notice. So. Anyway, I really hope to see you guys again. If things go bad, I've enjoyed talking to you guys over the past 20 years and everything like that. I have taken a few years off here and there, and that might be all this is. Who knows? I could stumble into a job next week, but just nothing's coming, guys. So, if this is the last bit of knowledge I impart to you somehow, I really hope it helps. It's helped me get by. It's helped my cats get by with, at least good food that, they enjoy eating enough and things like that. Anyway, I guess this is Going Running, signing out.